Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, generous donations in all forms. I appreciate it all. We're going to go ahead and ring the bell this Saturday morning, or whenever you happen to see this. Clear out this energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us. Imagine you finding out, not that somebody just told a lie about you, but you finding out that they told the biggest, nastiest, most vicious lie about you. Something about you being a danger in all different forms to either people or children or something like that. Only to find out that this person is under investigation for that thing that they said about you. Hey, Shaylin. Hola, Marcia. Bottom of the deck. This could be somebody in your family. This is somebody, something about you and maybe a child of yours, and that how you were bringing wreckage, carnage to somebody. How maybe you were a danger to somebody, even though on the outside it looked like you was good, you was a good person. This is somebody who, they saw you getting accolades, but they didn't want you to get accolades. So they said something, and then they told people, don't repeat it. I'm just telling you for your own safety. This is somebody who gossiped about you. This is somebody who sat back with their arms folded, smug, knowing that their gossip was going around town. Hey, Malcolm. But after a long time, the truth has come out. The truth has finally come out. Hey, K-Hi-Fi. And you know what? Confirmation. People aren't looking at you any longer. They're looking at the person who started it. Could have been a karmic mother. Somebody with their own skeletons in their closet. Hey, the soul archetype. Hey, William. People are starting to see that you were never a danger to anyone. People are starting to see it's that person. This person is now receiving karma, and they are learning a valuable lesson. They are learning a valuable lesson because they ran and told that the biggest, most vicious, strongest lie that they could find about you. They wanted to hurt you. They wanted everybody to ban you, to keep you out. They didn't care if somebody came up and attacked you. They had even planned that too. They tried to orchestrate someone attacking you too. But luckily, you was able to defend yourself. This is somebody who spread so much gossip. This is somebody who tried to orchestrate that you would not be accepted in the family, that you would not be accepted anywhere. They just didn't know that your truth was going to come out. They just didn't know that your wisdom was going to guide you through. Hey, Red Violet. See, something about you traveling. Something about you possibly seeing what somebody has done. I'm looking at this world, but it's almost like it's one of those crystal balls. Like you could, like maybe at one point you could see what somebody was saying. You could feel it, like you heard it through the ethers. And that's whenever you made this judgment call that you needed to protect yourself from this vicious, vile, ferocious weasel. You knew that this person was working on all types of diabolical things to try and hurt you. Because that's just what they did. That's just who they are. Now this person is in deep regret. Deep regret. Hey, Tiana, how are you? Hey, the Roman Zelensky. See, you stood by yourself, and not only that, but you accomplished things. You were afforded things. You had a lot of opportunities come to you that, it's almost like you had so many different opportunities come to you that people said, there's no way this person did these things. Because if this person did these things, then why were they being blessed like this? Why were they being blessed like that? Why did they receive this? Why did they receive that? You could have even had a job at one time working with children. And whenever you have a position working with children, you have to go through a background check. They're not just going to hire you off the street. You go through a background check. It's a federal thing. It's a state thing. So if there was anything that ever popped up, your name would have been called. Your number would have been pulled. Hey, Kinsog World Warrior, how are you? This person, like I said, they said something about you and children, and there's no way. There is no way. Ain't no fucking way. You're too grounded. You're too loving. You're too kind. You're too gentle. And it's not a game. It's not a make-believe. It's not no play. People started thinking and looking and listening to what you had to say. It's almost like whether you have your own channel, whether you have some type of social media presence, people are looking at you and they're listening to you. And they're saying there's no fucking way. They're now all those same people that took that, believed that lie, ran with it. They're all heartbroken because they feel like they never really gave you an opportunity. They never gave you a chance. They never gave you the shadow of doubt. They believe what this liar, McLiar said. And when was that? Now these people are thinking about how somebody invested their time, invested their energy so that you have this broken heart. They're seeing how they wanted to other people to give to them and not to you. How they wanted to have somebody else be seen as this is the one you need to give to, and this is the one that you need to leave out. Hey, your son, how are you? I am well. See, somebody thought that they had this idea that they was going to be able to be sneaky, that they was going to be able to be so believable, so light on their feet. But they weren't. They were clumsy. They were sloppy. They tripped over their own words whenever they spoke. They were not believable. Somebody is looking like a fool. And they're looking like not just a fool, but people were seeing exactly what this person wanted that was yours. Your spot. Your inheritance. Your seat at the throne. This is something that somebody could never get, ever, because they didn't believe I deserve it. They didn't work for it. Hey, EB3239. Hello, how are you? Spirit is moving you forward. Times are moving forward. And like I said, someone is learning a lesson, a big lesson. You know, they are learning a lesson about the bullshit that they allow themselves to speak over somebody else's life, and how that shit never manifests, but it always comes back on them. That's the lesson that they're learning. Somebody is doing some investigating. Somebody's looking clearly or closely into what somebody else said. And you know what they're finding out? This bitch lied. This bitch lied. Somebody wants to send you a message. They want to offer something to you. They want to, you know, they want to have this gift for you. They want to, you know, bring you the biggest apology that they can ever think of, that they could ever muster up. It's like this person wants to kind of go broke just to make sure that they can apologize, you know, in the right manner. Because they sat there and they believed that shit too. Somebody just they want to go away from, you know, this troublemaker, this miscreant, this bitch, this liar. Because they're finding out how much trouble they have caused that person's life. This is somebody who wants peace. They want peace with you. They understand now that, you know what? They waged war against an earth angel. They sat there and they spread this fucking rumor, even though they knew it was not true. And now they want to come back. They want to come back. And they're wondering if you'll take them back, if as long as they talk to you, as long as they tell you everything, as long as they tell you how somebody didn't want y'all to be together, as long as they tell you, you know, what they actually did, you know, how they added to the situation. You know, because this person, they thought that they was going to be some type of general in this war against you. And they see that they failed. The whole time, they thought that they was going to be seen as more powerful, you know, more respectful, more this, more that, than the person that lied about you. But they had to realize, no matter how far they thought they got, you was always going to be more than them, because you stood on your own. You commanded respect. You led your own kingdom, and you did it with love. You didn't have to go sit here and spread these false fucking lies about anybody. You know, this is what somebody's realizing when they was doing their little research. Every time you spoke about something, it was the same story. This point, that point, this point, that it was the same story. Your shit never changed. But every time somebody else said a story, it was all over the place. The shit didn't make sense. There was no rhyme. There was no reason. There was no beginning, and there was no fucking ending. Somebody started gathering information. They started getting proof. That's whenever they had enough proof and they felt like, you know what? Somebody's going to get locked up. Somebody's going to have to go to jail. Somebody may even be sued, but they know that whatever is coming in is not good for this person. And even if this person that did all these lies tries to apologize, it's too late. Don't nobody want this apology. It's like, keep that weak shit. Somebody character assassinated you bad. Bad. And like I said, they may end up in court. They may have to serve some time. What is that? Slander? Libel? What is that? Spreading false witness. If they don't happen to go to spiritual court, they have to go to, if they're not having to go to physical court, they got to go to spiritual court. If they don't have to serve time behind physical bars, they have to serve time in spiritual jail. That's even worse. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Somebody's even calling out to God to help. God said, miss me with it. God is not helping this person at this moment. God said you were on your fucking own. Hey, K Hypsee. Because God wasn't in that mess when they just came up with this idea. Oh, I'm going to say this about collective. I'm going to say that. I'm going to do this room, or I'm going to do that room. But God said, no. Don't. And God even warned them, don't do that. You're going to regret it. Thank you so very much, K Hypsee. Thank you. I appreciate you so very much. Like I said, someone is under investigation and they are sweating fucking bullets. They can't sleep. Because you know what? They realize everybody is going to figure out this motherfucker lied. This motherfucker lied. They can't go nowhere. They stuck. Not only that, but nobody wants to be bothered with a liar. Nobody is even helping them. Nobody's coming to their aid. If they say that they need, they just need. If they say that they fell down and they can't get up, people are like, well, good luck. But ain't nobody coming to the aid of somebody who spread such a vicious lie about somebody who didn't do a damn thing. You are a healer. You're not no crazy person. You're not somebody who does mean, diabolical shit to anybody, let alone kids. You are a healer. But somebody couldn't stand your loving side. Somebody couldn't stand your caring side. So they wanted to lie about you. Everybody is seeing that this witch is just that, a witch. I feel like you told people that she was a witch. But people didn't believe you because she wasn't riding no broom. She didn't have on one of them pointy hats. She didn't have that big, her face wasn't green, and she didn't have that big mole at the end of her nose. People didn't believe you, but now they believe you. Now they're seeing, all that shit. Because they're thinking about what they invested in, and they invested in leaving you out. And now they feel foolish too. They feel like something is being sucked from them as well. They invested their time, their resources, their energy into the wrong thing. And they're feeling like, their resources are going down. And pretty soon, they're not going to have much of nothing in either. Hey, Latasha, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Bragsy. Thank you so very much. What's the message, Spirit? The soul archetype, did I say hello to you? Hey, Angel Light Tarot, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, people are upset because they feel, they feel that they're not on steady ground. They feel like, somehow their finances may have taken a hit, or some they got a big bill and they can't figure out how they're going to pay this, and this is things are happening and they like it's odd. And the whole time you told the truth. Like I said, your story never changed. It was the same each and every time. See, people see now that they should have been protecting themselves as opposed to trying to work with somebody, trying to work to attack you. And they see why you stood alone, why you protected yourself. But they're realizing now they should have did what you was doing, as opposed to jumping on the bandwagon with that somebody who turned out to really truly be a witch. And everybody is shocked. They couldn't be any more shocked than what they are. Because like I said, the evidence is apparent. The truth is coming out. Everything that they're looking at, they're seeing that you are a healer, that you was able to heal yourself. And that's clear and it's apparent. Confirmation. You are stable. You're spiritual. And you're doing this by yourself. You are building yourself up. Ain't nobody else there to build you up. They left you alone. They left you alone. They thought that you was going to be out in the cold. You're not out in the cold. You built a castle. All because somebody wanted to lie. All because they wanted to have some type of status that they never got. It's like that person is always on the lookout for clout. Clout don't exist. That shit is a lie. It's not there. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yes, somebody's little magic tricks are coming out. That's why people are calling judgment. And this person, they may never get over this. They may never get over this. I feel like with this person, this is going to be a heartache that they'll never be able to get over. This is going to be something they will never be able to bounce back from. Because they will always be in spiritual jail. From this lifetime to the next lifetime to that next lifetime and so forth and so on. 12,000 years. That's a long ass time. Do you know how many lifetimes 12,000 years is? Add it up. Add it up. So let's just say you live to be 100, but you still have 1,100 years. You have 12 lifetimes of living, hopefully until 100. And if you can't live until 100, let's just say one or two or 5 or 10 of those lifetimes, you only make it to 20, 30, or 40. That extends how many more lifetimes you have to go. But it's going to be 12,000 years of you feeling that pain, that agony, that misery that you put somebody else through. People have turned their back on this person. They no longer want to hear the lies. Even if it's the truth, they feel like they cannot believe this person because this person just did the ultimate lie. Only to find out that this person is the one who's under investigation. And that's whenever everybody started waking up. That's when people started waking up, because they started realizing, wait a minute. If collective is the one who was doing all this shit, why is this person under investigation for that same thing? Confirmation. Because it was that person that committed the crime. It's that person that's waiting for the police to come at any moment. They know their card has been pulled. What's the message, Spirit? I don't know why people feel like it's okay to lie. I don't know why people feel like they have to try and cheat. What is cheating going to get you? Ridiculed, laughed at, not trusted. Nobody want to work with this person. They don't want to be around that person. Who wants to be around somebody that you cannot trust? They know they can't trust you with their kids. They can't trust you to tell the truth. They can't trust you with their money. They can't trust you with their food. They can't trust you with their car. They can't trust you in their house. They can't trust you to come to their job. They can't trust you for shit. The whole time, here you are. The whole time, everybody feels so bad about accusing you when you should not have been accused of anything because of all the good that you do. And they're looking at you. People are looking at you. And like I said, they're looking at that other person too. They're looking at you. They're holding back from that other person. They're holding way back from that other person because they said, like I said, that other person is under investigation. That's why nobody want to be around them. They are under investigation. Somebody is trying to figure out how they can turn this whole thing around, how they can possibly get out of it again. But they can't. So they're sitting here trying to send out messages. Don't nobody want to be bothered? They are being told, people are telling them, lose my number. Do me a favor. Do yourself a favor and lose my number. Because people don't want to be under investigation too. What's the message, Spirit? They are under investigation. I saw that. Yeah. For this information that they had sent out. What's the message, Spirit? Hi, Behaving Goals. How are you? What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, somebody knows that something's coming in. They know it's just a matter of time. And they know that secret has gotten out. Their secret. Like I said, something about what they were saying, how they were saying it, when they were saying it. It was sloppy. It changed each and every time. And people are seeing you for the stand-up person that you are. People are seeing you for building your own pyramid. I mean, house or castle or whatever. You know, people are seeing you, like they say, got it from the ground up, worked it out through the mud. People are seeing that. And you know, when people are realizing that you were always destined to do this, even as a child. The same time, you know, and you was always really good with kids. You wasn't one to hurt kids. If anything, you was a strong protector. If anything, you stood up for people. And it wasn't just children. You stood up for everybody. Like I said, somebody is being called out. They're being called out. Their lives are being seen. How much confusion they've caused you. How much hurt they have caused you. But do you think that this person one time felt bad about it? Do you think this person still feels bad about it? Not at all. They never felt bad about the lies that they said about you. They still don't. What they feel bad about is that they were caught. That's the only reason that they feel bad. It's because they were caught. Bottom of the deck. They're out in the cold. Nobody want to be bothered with that bullshit. And thank God you were able to protect yourself. You always knew the truth. You always discerned what somebody was saying. You always knew that the truth was going to come out. The truth was going to set you free. And now this person, like I said, they're upset because they lied on you and they know this. But you didn't worry about it. You gave it to God. And see, this person sat back thinking, you know, that pie in the sky type of dream that, they'll believe me because I am this person. You know, it could have been somebody's mother or something like that. Could have been a sister. You know, and felt like that person could say these little white lies. And they only said this to try and gain favor with somebody. That's the only reason they said it. Because they wanted to try and gain favor with somebody else, not realizing the lies that they told were so heinous, so vicious. All because they wanted to be seen as the empress. Nobody ever saw them as an empress. All they saw and all they see and all they will continue to see is somebody who tried to character assassinate you. One of God's chosen. Somebody who's clearly spiritual. The people that they counted on, the people that they used to work with, don't nobody want to do that shit no more. Nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to even talk to them. Nobody. You had to work hard on yourself because you knew there was a secret going on around about you. You just didn't know what that secret was. You knew that somebody was saying something, and you knew things were really weird, why everybody else was good enough to, but you just, not you. But that's over. And somebody, they thought that they was going to be able to stop something. They're not able to stop something at all. Whatever they thought they was going to be able to stop, they cannot. I feel like they thought that they was going to be able to stop you from receiving your gifts, your inheritance, your protection, your spot on the throne. I feel like they thought that they was going to be able to take something from you, but because their greed was so great, that's why they left with nothing. I feel like this person wanted you to be seen as a beggar on the street, and that's why they are literally being seen as a beggar on the street. Yeah. It's funny because they wanted everybody to look at them as some type of victorious person, as somebody who came in and saved the day, saved everybody's children, saved the whole, saved everybody in the family from this horrible person. And that's why they spread all this gossip and all these lies. But the thing that they didn't realize is when that came back on them, the thing, confirmation, the thing they wanted for you is the thing that is happening to them. And now this is somebody who's having to beg people for money, beg people for assistance, beg people for help. Like I said, they never thought that them lying on you, a truth teller, would ever come back to harm them. It's come back to show who they truly are. They want to apologize. They want to travel towards you. They want to see if, maybe they can start over with you. But they know that you are so protected right now. Archangel Michael is right here. There is no fucking way. There is no way Archangel Michael is going to let this person even near you. And they know this. This person can't sleep. They probably don't feel safe enough to sleep. Not if they're sleeping on the street. It's like you do something so heinous, so hurtful, and you think it's not coming back. And this person was doing this for a while. And you think it's not coming back? Oh, it's coming back. See, their plan was that everybody was going to be looking at you. Everybody was going to be so busy looking at you that they was going to be able to move ahead, that they was going to be able to travel the world and do this and do that. But they never thought that they was going to be the one that was walked away from. They didn't picture that. And now they're sitting here looking confused as to what they can do. Not a damn thing. What's the message, Spirit? Yep. This is somebody who showed you absolutely, positively no love. In fact, it's safe to say that this person they say there's a thin line between love and hate. You know what side of the line they was on. This person didn't love you not because they didn't know how. They didn't love you because they didn't want to. Like I said, this could have been somebody in your own family. This is somebody who had this plan for you, this diabolical plan for you, this evil ass plan for you, the only type that witches would do. What's the message, Spirit? Like, what kind of crazy person is going to purposely try and hurt someone? I mean, it's bad enough we live life and maybe we speak when we say something off the cuff or whatever, or we speak when we shouldn't have spoke or whatever. But somebody who plans to do this, somebody who goes around and they want to whisper behind somebody's back, and and you're the secret, you're the joke, and everybody knows this shit except for you. It's everybody that participated. They all get some. They all get some. See, you're the only one that's going to be seen as happy, as healthy, as stable. You're the only one. You're the only one. Everybody else that conspired against you, they all getting it. Because they know that was not right. If nobody chose to put themselves in your shoes to feel how you would feel if some shit like that was being said about them, they had no right to do it to you. Like I said, this is somebody who worked on this. This is a witch who planned this, who got other people involved in this. This was something that was diabolical. This was something that they couldn't wait to do to you. This is something that now they regret. And they will regret for several lifetimes, whether they remember it or not, of what they did to you. Somebody wants to come and they want to apologize to you. But like I said, they know that you have your defenses up and you are going to be trying to figure out what is there, what do they really want from you. This is somebody who is dealing with karma themselves right now. This is somebody who knew that they should have grew up a long time ago. This is somebody who's trying to grow up now. This is somebody who knows that things are coming back on them. Karma is coming back on them for the shit that they did. And they're not even sure if they're going to be strong enough to have to deal with it or to be able to deal with it, because they're going to have to deal with it. This is somebody who broke one of God's laws, all because somebody couldn't stop being like the devil. It's like they got pleasure in this, when all they had to do was say, I don't want to be a part of that. But instead, they jumped on it. They was part of it. Spirit said, you're not to feel sorry for this person. You need to let this person go through whatever it is that they need to go through, just like you had to do yours. Yep. Spirit said, do not feel sorry for this person. You let them go through whatever it is that they need to go through. Just like you had to do yours. I told you, this is somebody who knows that it's time for them to grow the fuck up. This is somebody who should have used their third eye when it came to judging you. Or they didn't have to judge you at all. This is somebody who already knew the truth. But this is somebody who, they was told to, do something to try and knock you off your footing. They didn't want you to feel like, you belonged anywhere. They always wanted you to feel like nobody really wanted to be with you, that you was always going to be somebody that somebody would come and just unload in you and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who has to grow the fuck up. That witch, she's toast. She's toast. And anybody else that participated, they have their own shit to deal with. They have their own worries. They have their own karma to deal with. And they're all afraid. I feel it. Everybody is afraid of what is getting ready to happen to them. Now they sitting here trying to have some discernment. Now they sitting here trying to search for the truth. But they all afraid of what's getting ready to happen to them. All of them. They shouldn't be. The same way you didn't have an opportunity to be afraid of what was going to happen to you, they should just let it happen. The same way you had to let your shit happen. The same surprise that you went through, well, they're going to have to go through it too. That same being alone, having to survive, having to try and figure shit out, they're going to have to go through that too. All of it. Yeah. I feel like this King of Cups is really in their feelings. Really in their feelings for the part that they played. For the part that they played. Because, like I said, somebody could have just grown up. They could have been right next to you. But instead, they sitting here trying to be an agent of the devil. Trying to curse you too. Hey, love plants. Not caring how this is even affecting you. But they should have cared about how it was going to affect them. So now they have to, like that snake eating its own tail, they have to learn that lesson. Do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you. Bottom of the deck. They in spiritual jail. They're stuck. They are behind bars, and there's nothing that they can do. Don't nobody want to be, ain't nobody coming to put no money on their books. Ain't nobody coming to help them. Ain't nobody coming to confirmation. Make sure that they got. Ain't nobody doing none of that shit. You didn't have nobody. But I tell you one thing that they are doing. They decided to leave this devil alone. I'm telling you, everybody has turned their back on this demonic person. Because they feel at this point, it was just demonic. All because, and like I said, all because somebody wanted to curse you. This King of Cups is truly in their feelings. And they want to come and apologize to you because they realize they should have been a lot kinder. They should have been a lot more thoughtful. They should have been a lot more loving. They should have given you grace. They shouldn't have judged you. They shouldn't have ruined their life believing somebody else's lie. And the real culprit, the master magician, the warlock, the witch, somebody's been caught and their secrets are exposed. Yep. People are looking at somebody, like I said, somebody's under investigation and they know the number one suspect. This person can't hide. They know their number one suspect. That person is going down. What's the message, Spirit? They said all that shit about you. Yes. Because they wanted to curse you. They wanted you to be cursed. Like, on my maddest day, during my biggest upset, even if somebody has pissed me off so much that I'm so furious, I've never thought to myself that I wanted to curse anyone. If I thought anything, I've always said, oh, God's going to get them. God is going to get them. Like I said, this person, they want to apologize to you so bad because they sitting here looking at the relationship that y'all had. And like I said, this person knows you from the past. And they know you nothing like that. That's why they want to come and apologize. And they will. Because God said, confirmation, they ain't doing nothing else. God told this person, you will not have anything else until you can apologize to my collective. What's the message, Spirit? And it's taken a while. It has taken a while, but you know what? I feel like this person they were stubborn. They felt like, as long as I let time pass, then collective will forget. Collective ain't forgetting, but they're finding out that they're just losing sleep. That this big old lie is getting magnified. That these dark secrets are coming out more and more. That's what they're realizing. That this is turning into a bigger headache than what they thought. That everybody is being able to look at them as being not trustworthy too. That's what they're realizing. They're realizing that, you know what? They invested in the wrong fucking thing, and they should have been looking at something else as opposed to what the hell they were thinking. Oh, Lord. What, little girl? What? What you want? Okay, go on. I'll be right back, y'all. Let me put her outside. My goodness. Here we go. Go on, little girl. Go on. Wait a minute. Stay out there for a minute. Thank y'all for your patience. This little girl. Yeah, see, somebody is realizing that what they should have done instead of jump on the bandwagon, the hate train, is they should have protected themselves by going their own separate way, doing their own thing. That way, God would have smiled upon them and blessed them, especially with these new opportunities that they wanted. They would have been blessed. But instead, somebody didn't. They held back. They held back speaking the truth. They held back saying what was really going on. And this is why this person is in this position too. Instead of them sitting here stopping the rumors, they perpetuated the rumors. And so now whenever everything is coming out, and now they want to stop, but now this person has some emotions to deal with. Instead of somebody following their first mind, their right mind, believing in God, they want to follow the devil. In my most upset state, do I ever plan to do somebody wrong? Because you know what? I know that wrong will come back on me. Hey, Elisha, how are you, sweetie? Like they say, I don't know, is it me? Am I the only one? Surely I'm not. Other people have read the Bible, and if they haven't read the Bible, they need to read the Bible because it says it all clearly. It's printed right there. Each and every single story, each and everything. Hey, Patrick. You know, it says it right there. It's all the guesswork is out. We don't have to fool around in the dark trying to search for the answer. It's right there. If we don't want it done to us, don't do it to somebody else. We all have that conviction of spirit. Every last one of us. When we know something is wrong, don't do it. Don't try and talk yourself into, well, they deserve this because of this. No, they don't. Especially if you don't know what they've already been through. You are not the judge. You are not the jury. And you damn sure don't need to put the responsibility of being the executioner on your shoulders. Because you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner, then what you going to do whenever somebody else decides they want to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner over you? What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Faith, how are you, sweetie? Hey, Jesky, how are you? Yes, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Right. The Bible, exactly. I like that, Jesky. Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. What's the message? Yep. See, this investigation is turning around in your favor. It's turning around in your favor. It's changing everything for you. And everybody sees that you are just highly spiritual, that you are innocent, that you have not done anything like that. That's what the investigation has proved. Yep, that's what the investigation has proved. You know, and now it's somebody's turn to get back what they have dished out. It's their turn. And they so confused as to, you know, this level of protection that you have, how you was able to defend yourself. They're so confused. Not only that, but how you got all your inheritance, your spiritual inheritance. Well, it's because you were an earth angel. You knew what to do. Don't lie. Don't go around fucking with people for no damn reason. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, I saw this person say this, and I saw this person say that, or when this person was a child, this, and this person was a... Don't sit there and lie for no fucking reason. See, this King of Cups now realize how immature they was. I feel like they was easily bribed. They was given a pentacle, and they was easily bribed, and then they was told not to say nothing. And now they're sitting here thinking about this decision that they made and how that has left them not able to sleep, not even able to eat. Their mind all fucked up. They're worried about, they're paranoid, looking over their shoulder, not able to make ends meet. Now things that they thought there was a give me, no, those opportunities have been taken away. God has been like, oh, you thought that gimme was a gimme? No, that gimme is a take me. I'm going to take it back. They realize that, you know, them investing in spreading these fucking lies about you came all the way back around to hurt them. Came all the way back around to hurt them. And now here they are fighting for themselves, fighting for their honor. Because they feel cursed. The same way they wanted to curse you. The same way they wanted to curse you. This was somebody who was immature and didn't see what this Queen of Wands was doing. what this Queen of Wands was doing. And that person knew in their heart of hearts, they should have went ahead and went by them damn self and followed that path to finding God. They knew that's what they should have did. But instead, no, they allowed themselves to be easily swayed. This witch said, "You want a pinnacle, baby? Here you go. Let me give you this little cheap ass pinnacle." So they sold their soul for nothing. That's why they get absolutely positively not one fucking thing. This is why this person want to come back to you. This is why they want to apologize. They want to see if maybe they get down on bended knees, they apologize to you, they tell you what the fuck was actually going on. They say, "Okay, well, I'll testify on your behalf in court if you want me to," because they know that they don't want to live a life of damnation. They don't want their life to be completely in hell, even though they didn't have no problems thinking that your life was going to be hell on earth. But see, whenever it's their turn, oh, they don't want to have hell on earth. They don't want to be there. They don't want this, they don't want that, but it was okay for you. So why isn't it okay for them? They didn't mind doing it, but yet they didn't mind leaving you out in the cold, but yet they don't want to be out in the cold. You see how that kind of works? See how this life for this person is going down? First they had the 6, now they got the 5. See how the life is going down? Oh, because they want to make a bad decision. They're not thinking about how it's really going to affect them. Now they want to come back and they want to apologize because they know that anything and everything they're trying to do ain't shit happening. The wheel of fortune is not turning in their fucking favor. And this is justice. This is justice for coming up after you. When they knew the shit wasn't true. And they just want all of this to end. They're hoping that if they talk to you, that, you know, they'll start to have some opportunities come in again, that, you know, the God will be like, "Okay, well, you came and you talked to collective," even though they knew there was a fool working with somebody else who was always against you. What do they expect you to do? Because this ain't between you and them. This is between them and the Most High. They got to ask that of God. They got to follow what God says. And if God said, "You got to go through this karma, bruh, sis," then all you can do, put your seatbelt on. That's it. Strap yourself in. Confirmation. Because you got to do what you got to do. You have this new opportunity coming in. You have a new opportunity coming in. Something that you've been waiting on. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. Because you know what? That whatever you had to go through, you went through and you put an end to it. You starting a whole new cycle. A whole new cycle of your life. But there's going to be putting some respect on your name now. You done taught a whole lot of people lessons. And you didn't even know it. You done taught a whole lot of people some lessons and you didn't even know it. Yeah, this is your time. There's a new opportunity coming in because the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. And this is what you get. This is what you deserve. This is God blessing you. Whether this is like a new job, Whether this is something, whatever it is, this is something that you deserve. And those others, they feel like fools for spreading these lies and rumors around, for saying some shit that wasn't even true, for sitting here gossiping about you. Gossiping. What does gossip get you? What does gossip get you? And they sitting here thinking about all that shit that they talked about you. What does it actually get you? Not a damn thing. If you think about it, confirmation. When has gossip ever come to benefit anyone? And they wanted to put all your business out there, whether it was true or not. Instead of trying to put somebody else's business out there, why don't you put out your own business? Talk about you. Talk about some shit that's true about you. Won't you do that? You want to give somebody something to say. But see, that's somebody who's weak. That's somebody who's a weasel. That's somebody who need to be taught a lesson when they want to sit here and put some gossip out about somebody else when it ain't their fucking business to talk about nobody else. You want to talk about somebody? Talk about you. I'm telling you, you taught a whole lot of people a lesson. You put a stop to their bullshit. You taught them a fucking lesson. You taught them the number, check themselves and don't compete where you don't compare. You taught some motherfuckers what it is to shut the fuck up. That's what you taught them. How to shut the fuck up. How to keep your nose in your own fucking business. How to not sit there and talk about somebody else when it ain't your job. Because you just don't know who looking. And somebody was thinking, ain't nobody, it's between us. No, it's between y'all and the good Lord. God was sitting there listening to everything. See, talk about your shit. Don't talk about nobody else's shit. They didn't think God was hearing everything that they was talking about. They just thought, oh no, they'll never know. God knows. God knows. And God giving you something to talk about. Hey, little Walter, something's going to get you, little Walter. All because little Walter didn't want to sit here and do right. So little Walter thought he was never going to get caught. Just like this head warlock thought they was never going to get caught. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. Just depends on who. Somebody had to realize in real time. They had to figure out who was for you, who was on your side. God was. And now, like I said, somebody's under investigation and their hidden information is coming out now. And the whole time they was wondering why you was never looking worried. Worried about what? You didn't do shit. Hey, Yolanda, how are you, sweetie? You didn't do shit. Somebody might be losing their teeth because all the lies and all that gossip they were saying about you. This person is obsessed with you. Could be a jealous sister. Obsessed with you. What's the message? Hey, Melissa. Yeah, somebody got a whole new understanding of the word friends. Now they realize maybe them friends really ain't friends. Hey, Saida, how are you, sweetie? They got played by the devil. They did. They got played by the devil. And the thing is, they fight dirty, but that's okay. Because God knows how to sit that ass down. God has one thing in mind for them, and that is to finish them. Hey, Miss Grand Marquis. How are you? They're a firm believer now in the Most High. They are a firm believer now. They know God don't play. And you know what? What you put out is definitely what you get back. They believe that. Like I said, this could be somebody in your family. This is somebody lost it all because they refuse to change. Whereas you ask God to change you and your situation, that was the biggest thing. You was always about grace, always about peaceful living, always forgiving. Hey, DJ Diaries, how are you? It's a big difference. What's the message, Spirit? Yep. This is divine timing that's happening right now. And you was always committed to loving yourself. What else, Spirit? Arrogant motherfuckers. But it's okay. Because you live by the sword, you die by that same sword. Something about somebody's 8th house. Death and rebirth. Sex, death, birth, and rebirth. Something about somebody's 8th house. Yeah. People are experiencing a whole new way for them to live. What they thought was their life was going to go on and it was going to be stress-free. Nope. Not at all. They're getting ready to ramp up because they feel like they're going to have to experience their own spell took them out. Experience what they wanted you to experience. And I'm telling you, they stalking your social media. Somebody is suffering in silence. And they shocked that your cutoff game is this damn strong. Let me tell you something. Right now, they are shook. They are, as they should be. All right, y'all, we're going to swing the pendulum. See what the message the Spirit has for us. I don't know why my shirt keep riding up in the back. All right, y'all, think of your question. Think of your question. And we'll see what the message the Spirit has. And the answer is yes, starting to swing. And I think it's changing. Ooh. And it's no. So I guess it just depends on your question. Does somebody have 2 questions? Looks like somebody had 2 questions. And it looks like it's starting to swing back. Yes, again. Y'all are killing me. Yes. Okay. So the answers are yes, no, and yes. All right, y'all. And that could have been somebody had more than one question, you know? Because I know, what was it, last week or something? Or the week before? Yeah, it was doing some things. So, all right, y'all. I'm getting ready to go to this daytime event. I hope to be back on this evening. I know the event lasts for a few hours. Okay. I love y'all. Thank you so very much. K Hyphy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Shaylin, Red Violet, Toya. Sorry. Thank you so very much. I appreciate everyone, everyone, everyone. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Have a great day today. Bye now.